How's it going, guys? It's Phil. A little update. I haven't actually done anything other than my Nurgle terrain piece for a while on camera, so I thought I'd do a little bit of an update as to what's going on. So you've seen my Chaos Nurgle army pretty much as far as it is. The last thing I did for that was the Chaos Chariot, which was awesome and it came out really nicely. Since then I did a bit of Seraphon from the Start Collecting box. I'm not sure if I showed that off. I might have done. I'll have to have a little look in a bit to see whether I did that or not. But after a few months of not really having anything new to paint, due to various situations at home, I had a birthday voucher for Games Workshop from my brother and sister, which was awesome. And I managed to pick up some little bits to start another little funsies army for Age of Sigmar on the side, because I thought I've got enough Nurgle for now. My Stormcast's quite large, and Age of Sigmar's really good in that it lets you just do lots of little smaller armies. You don't have to build like a 500 model army to make something that's good to play with. So I thought, you know what, I've had my eye on these kind of models for a while, and there's a bit of a hint down here as to what that is. So these are ones that I painted up a little while ago. I think I might have shown these off, but these are a couple of nice little cave squigs. Did these probably about a year ago, maybe, something like that. These were a lot of fun to paint up, very simple ones. And something I've always wanted was to do an army that was kind of goblin-y, squiggy and monstery. So, with the voucher, I'll show you the unpainted models first, because, you know, that way I can get onto the ones I've already painted. So yeah, I thought I'd start this goblin/squig army, and I thought what better way to lead it than with Skarsnik, with his pet squig there. So he's the general for this little army. So obviously that's a fine cast model there. Stuck him onto a 60mm round base, I believe, which is about the right kind of size for that. So he needs painting up. And one of the purchases that kind of spurred it was I was down at my locals and I picked up just a little box of these Fanatics, which, you know, they're just such fun little models, and I thought, yep, I'll have a few of those and I'll paint those up as well. And I'm probably going to make a start on these ones today, the Fanatics, because there's only 3 of those. Long-time viewers might be aware that I did paint up one Fanatic before, which is this one here. Now the skin tone I've gone for my current Goblin army is a bit more subtle than this one, so this guy's going to stand out a little bit as different, but that's fair enough. He's maybe it's all the blood, the green blood rushing to the forefront of his skin there because he's spinning around so fast, something like that. And then let's see, I found some old sprues of goblins, enough to make 8 dudes. So these were just put onto 25mm round bases. So there's only 8 of these ones, but that's fine because you'll see in a minute what I've got elsewhere. So this guy's like got the gong. This guy's the unit champion. Where is he? There he is. And I've also got the banner bearer. Let's face him around the right way there. And then there's basically 5 regular guys, of which I had a net, so I thought one of them's going to have that as well. So that's those. That's all the unpainted models so far, because I've been quite busy. Actually, this guy I painted a while ago, so this is technically cheating, but I've rebased him. This is my Goblin Shaman, so there's a bit of spell casting. Stuck him onto a 32 because he's a character model. And then I also rebased these. These are some of the first models I painted when I got back into the hobby. It was just 10 regular Night Goblins from a paint set. So the reason that I made the kind of heroes from those odd 8 is because then I can add those to this unit of 10. And then there's a unit of 18, which is too short of getting the bonus from the War Scroll, which is a bit annoying. So I need 2 more goblins for this, just to bring that up. But maybe I can get hold of some of those on eBay for cheap and just rebase them, something like that. And then that's that. And then the bulk of what I ordered from the birthday voucher is the stuff that I've painted first. So I'm going to start with the big one first, and I'm really happy with this. It's the Mangler Squigs. These guys are wicked. A really nice cast, actually. There wasn't really any problems with it. There was no like big air bubbles or anything. There was a little bit of filling to be done where the legs connect, particularly which leg was it? Yeah, the leg here. There was quite a large gap in there which needed filling in, but other than that, the cast came out really well. Now, being fine cast and an old hand sculpted kit, it goes together a little bit more difficult in certain places than a modern plastic kit. For example, this chain on here, it's just glued on at the very end. It doesn't really have like any peg, and it's not really big enough to pin either. Pardon me. So there's that, and there's these goblins kind of just hanging on by chains, and again they're just sort of super glued at the end of the chain there, and this guy here. And this rider here is just super glued at the end of the chains there and there. So there's some precarious gluing, but I'm hoping the super glue is going to hold. It all looks pretty cool, and I think the actual model is absolutely fantastic. So that's kind of like the centerpiece for the army. And then I got some of these as well. These are my favourite models from the line, and I wish I could afford to get some more of these. Unfortunately, being out of work and having no job seekers or housing benefit coming in because of situations, it makes it quite difficult. But this is the first one of these. It's a squig hopper. I love the squig hoppers. I've always loved the squig hoppers. So the birthday gift was an amazing opportunity for me to get hold of some of these and paint these up. So there's the first one. Then my favourite one over here is this guy with his tongue hanging out. I hope you can see these right. And he's holding onto his hat at the back there, which is awesome. And you got this guy. So the squig's facing one way and he's facing the other, looking a bit worried. And yeah, you can see his little bum showing as well, where it's flapping up his loincloth. Then there's this guy with his little wooden sword, charging into battle. And then one of these is actually a sculpt from 1993 in fine cast, which is interesting. You can tell it's an older sculpt from the way the squig looks different, and the goblin himself looks a little bit different. But it has got those wonderful 90s quirks, like the oversized hand holding onto the weapon there that kind of doesn't really manage to fit any of the other hands in the set. But it's just a wonderfully quirky little model, and I really, really enjoyed painting these squig hoppers up, and I'd love to get probably another 5, maybe even another 10 at some point to really make that a nice, big, bouncy unit of doom. Other than that, that's basically where the army is right now, what you can see there. So that's all I've got so far. I'm hoping I can either trade for other unassembled goblin kits, or I don't know, if I can find a job, that'd be great. But yeah, that's basically where it is at the moment. And thanks for watching. I'll see you in a video soon. And have a good Easter period if you haven't already had a good Easter period, even though it's technically sort of over already, I guess. I don't know. See you later.